her grandchildren and children sit around the table and they're being funny about her. And they're all laughing, they're all having a good time, but she's not. It's hurtful.
That's setting up the laugh track so that she's the target.
Yeah, that's unhealthy.
Yeah. When somebody says, what if somebody says something to me that I find really aggressive or tells a joke or tells a story that I find really hurtful? And even if it's not about me, I could see that it's hurting somebody else. I find that you need to react to it because otherwise you're up all night writing little notes on a pad next to the bed. I should have said this and I should have said this. And it occupies space in your head that could be used better. So when somebody says something, you say, you know what? I'll forgive you for telling me that story if you forgive me for not laughing. And it registers. It says, you crossed the line. This is not okay. And I'm not going to laugh. But you don't get into a whole argument. But you have your voice heard. And again, it's articulating something. It is putting into language something that makes you feel like you're really there. And then the idea about using self-deprecating humor is often, just as you said, very useful. You know, it can make people feel attached to you because you're showing your vulnerability as well as showing your strength. But you have to make sure, again, that you're in a powerful enough position. Again, women or people who are not in powerful positions will go, oh, you know, I'm such a ditz. I do this, I do, you know, whatever. And they're making fun of themselves. And then people around them, if they don't know them, might go, oh, she's a ditz. They're getting it as a joke.
Okay, so you need to be in a position where kind of a respect, right? And you take on that self-deprecating role. Well, that's a good point. Great perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. So it really is. If you're in a vulnerable position, you can't afford to do that.
I see. You know, this is a great thing to talk about humor because it's very timely because we talk about this. We talk about this in every week in our couples council. How can we bring more humor into our lives? This is important. And so for my birthday, she surprised me with 2 tickets. We're going tonight to see Nate Bargatze.
Oh, I love Nate Bargatze.
In Dallas. He's coming. Yeah. So we're going to think about this interview as we're there laughing our heads off tonight with Nate. And I am so appreciative to my wife for thinking of how she could both give me a birthday present and also instill more humor. So thank you.
Because I love you so much.
That's wonderful. And Bargatze is the perfect example of a comic. I mean, a brilliant comic.
Brilliant.
Who crafts stories. It's not jokes. They're short stories. The mechanics behind the stories reach into your heart. They're memorable and funny because he's giving you a piece of himself that you take away. I envy you. You'll have a wonderful time. Happy birthday. And it's humor you can share. I mean, that's wonderful. Going to see, being present as somebody's up there doing that for real is just, that's magnificent.
Yeah. We have just loved our time with you today. It's been delightful. I would love to give you just a minute in closing to share about your book that was just released. And what are some of the biggest takeaways in that can pertain to marriage? Why would people who listen to us want to buy your book? And where can they find more of what you do?
Oh, but thank you very much for asking about Gina School. So yeah, Gina School just came out. It's published by Woodhull Press. It is available anywhere that you get your books. You can get it on IndieBound. You can get it on Amazon. And there's a lot about relationships. I believe that the people who love what you do would also love to take a look at this. Part of it is about age and growing, I wouldn't say older together, but growing together as we go through life. Part of it is about humor. Humor is a show, as I was just discussing, humor is a show of both strength and vulnerability. We're willing to make the first move, but you are trusting the response of your listener. So I think that that's an important idea. So this is lesson 68. Some things are better the second time around. This include pasta, turkey, and love. Help yourself.
God's my second shot at love, and he's been amazing.
Sometimes it's just what we need to do. There's another one. Humor, one more. Humor is alchemy. Humor is alchemy, transforming a crisis, insecurity, or tragedy into comedy,
Mm.
confers a validity on something in life that is otherwise denied value or meaning. So that you can make a story out of it. You get your deposit back. It becomes yours. You get a return.